Hi, Beth Carson here with the last in a four-part video series on why I think vacation rentals are the rock star of the real estate investment world. This section is called the way cool factor. Now, let's face it, pretty much everybody on the planet would love to have a second home in a vacation destination. They let fear stop them. Money can be overcome, all the obstacles can be overcome, but fear paralyzes people. And if you're an investor, you're almost immune to that. You want to make a wise decision, definitely, and I want to help you do that. But you're going to get into the water. You're going to jump off the boat and go snorkeling. You're not going to sit on the boat looking at the water from on top. You're going to dive in and get into it. And that's where life is to me. And so you can't help at any party, get together, football game, honestly being the most interesting person to the people that are attending. They want to ask you questions, and in fact my daughter, who's 20, has gotten to the point where she just doesn't tell people because she feels it puts us in a, and I feel this too, it puts us in a different social stratosphere than we should be, because if they knew the bargain that I got with my place in Fiji, they would not be automatically putting me in a social stratosphere that I'm not in. But it definitely gives you loads of experiences that you would not normally have. And so it's up to you whether or not you want to divulge it. But if you do, be prepared to be the most interesting person in the room. Now, you can, at the parties, you can bring the best gifts, you can decorate the cakes the best, you can have the best barbecue, but the best way to really bond with people is to have shared experiences at your vacation rental destination. And if your place isn't big enough, you can work out to rent one of your neighbors' condos or houses. But when you experience a different destination with people that you care about, it changes things. You go ziplining with them, you bob in the waves with them, whatever it is, it just brings you closer together. And it's something you can only do if you own a vacation rental. Nothing else works like it. Another thing I've used with my vacation rental in Fiji is allowed my church to auction off a week and put the money towards missions. And the last time I did this, it was so special because I didn't even realize Fiji had any part in World War II, but the man of the couple who won the auction, his dad had actually been stationed in Fiji, and they narrowed it down. It was probably very close to where my house is. And his dad had just died that year, so he couldn't ask him, but he had been a lifeguard. That was one of the things he did while on duty in the military in Fiji, was he lifeguarded. And so they brought another couple with them, and the men went off chasing down World War II facts while the women hung out by the pool and had a fantastic time drinking coconut water fresh out of the coconut. And it was a perfect trip for everyone. Now this is kind of obvious, but there's a little twist to it. You get free vacations. Well, duh. Okay, but have you heard of homeexchange.com? What you can do for, I think it's something like $99 a year, is you can list either your primary home or your vacation home, or both. And in the last month, I have gotten 2 offers to exchange in Paris, in Amsterdam, in Wales, in Manhattan, and a couple of places in California. And so I can really take that vacation time and I can go anywhere in the world with it for free. And some people will even offer use of their car while they're there, or ask you to water the plants or something. For some people, it's their second home and they can make a trade anytime. Other people, they're allowing use of their primary residence, so you have to go when they're traveling. And the last thing, as we come to an end of this 4-part video series, is you can change someone's life. And I feel like I've had that experience a couple times. I talk in the PDF that you can download about some vacationers. A woman who, because of religious beliefs, had to have her hair covered anytime she was in public, but because our plot of land is completely private, I worked it out with the male staff, and she was able to have her hair down the whole time. And that was the first time that she could remember since being a young girl that she was ever out in public with the breeze blowing through her hair. And it really changed things for her, and it was an incredibly freeing experience. I also have had staff and suppliers that I've been able to recommend to other people. I happened to be in a coffee shop in Latoka one time, and I overheard a man speaking. It turns out he was the manager of the hotel, and I knew an incredible masseuse and gave the manager my contact details and a personal recommendation, and she was hired 2 days later as director of the spa and did an incredible job. So I'm a people connector, and so if you're like that, this is a really sweet spot to be in, because you can get a good sense for what people are going to enjoy in your vacation home. And then also, there are people that I turn away. If they start asking about nightclubs, it's like ding, 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 that goes off in my head, like, you're not going to be happy here. You know, the Milky Way is our nightclub. And there aren't bars. I mean, there are bars, but you know, it's not clubbing, certainly by any stretch of the imagination. So I listen really carefully. Occasionally I get it wrong, but most people do enough research and are really eager when the time comes for their vacation, and it's a really good fit. This is a way that you can impact somebody in a way that you can't in a long-term rental. And I hope you have been inspired by this series, and you will really give vacation rentals a really thorough look and to see if they're right for you. Make sure you grab the PDF. We just need first name and email, and we'll be in touch. We don't spam you. Scouts Honor, I'm not a Girl Scout anymore, but I was a Girl Scout assistant leader. So anyway, pick up the PDF, read it, and email me with any questions. I'm Beth Carson.